least for the moment, I'm anticipating that we have kind of an interesting setup there where they actually on Secret drop down 2 wards on either side of the river. So no matter what, Nisha's going to be able to spot out which one of those 6-minute runes it ends up being at.
Yeah, this has become a little bit more common as well, like the early double ward and just like not worrying as much about your lane. I think that's one of the benefits of Ogre too, because Ogre gives you vision by just like running at people, you know? you don't need the ward in lane down bottom, and it's very similar in the top too. Is oh yeah, Absol loses carry to Y, playing very aggressive there.
Nice start. First couple of waves. Be a little bit of a problem there for Secret. Depending upon how it goes, is Y actually walks through, do a little bit of damage on the Yapsor, the battery assault, but the wave is going to be pushing in. Ame backs out underneath that tower yet again. I don't know, is there much kill potential really here at all? It feels like most of these lanes should be fairly static.
Yeah, I could see maybe top happening for either side. Okay. You know, that would probably be the one that I'd look towards. But kind of a slow, you know, it all depends on how much you respect the regen, right? And like how much you need to spend on regen on either of these side lanes, because if you get a little bit too low, you just get caught by some of this burst damage, right? We have Tiny on one side, and then we just have Shaker as well as a Skywrath Mage. So you get fissured into a blow-up combo, and you might just go down.
Place down a tree there to give some extra regen, Faith Beyond. Yeah, something to watch for indeed with that extra bit of, you know, burst damage that they've got, but also fairly tanky heroes down here. You know, ranked heroes and an Ogre. As long as ZingQ sort of keeps that distance, everything should be fine and dandy. But they are getting a nice wave under the tower, and that does open up an opportunity for Puppey to get a pull off.
Has been killed.
As another courier goes down.
Oh, that's the revenge, because the Absol lost his first, so
nice.
He gets one back versus Y. Yeah, very interesting to see Salt's out there for the Shaker, obviously very important, but top lane here, what is our Alchemist gonna do? Has the Armlet queued up, that's obviously pretty standard, but we have 2 paths essentially right now with Alchemist players. They tend to go for the Radiance, or they go towards like damage builds that somewhere involve a Shadow Blade with Silver Edge.
Nice sidestep there. Let's Twinkle Toes.
It's not quite getting themselves in sync there, and well Twinkle Toe away there with the taunt. Some whole action here, battling out in the bottom lane. Sure that Matu can safely farm near the tower. Looks to be in a great spot here. This wave is pushing him pretty hard though, so Matu just trying to control things up here and keep the next couple waves in their favor. And there's no camp there for ZingQ to pull with, so it's looking great for Matu right now.
An Avalanche thought about a toss back, but decides not to for it. Instead, it's just Puppey trying to chase down Faith Beyond, get some damage out there. Or the waves set together in equilibrium. And yeah, nobody really falling that far behind. You can see DP and Alk having a good time. Although Ame taking a nice chunk of damage over here, and Yapsor underneath the tower. Taking a couple of tower shots with the minus
in the acid spray. Ooh.
Yeah, that's dangerous. And in fact, Y's going to chase him out. Faith Beyond goes for it. Puppey able to draw first blood. Not where you might expect it. He ends up going for an overextension, and the captain of Secret now trying to turn ZingQ, see if he can get a little bit of a punish. You have almost no armor in comparison to this Ogre. The right clicks do so much damage.
He's just regenerating so much too. Look at Puppey. Nothing feels better than people just wasting your health as Ogre. You know, that is a resource. When you play Ogre, your mana should be refilling all the time, and your health should be refilling all the time. More importantly, your health.
With that, his first blood drawn. Certainly not the end of the world at all for Faith Beyond.
Look at Yapsor mid.
Making a move.
A full wraparound here with the toss back. Probably not a kill, but just a good amount of harass here on the nothing to say.
They will go and make that rotation. Sets up. Now there's 3 wards that are all around the mid lane right now for Secret. They're putting so much emphasis on trying to just ensure that Nisha has a good game.
Yeah, and the fact that Yapsor's mid means that Zai's on his own, but they can't really punish him right now. Like, well, I can't find the positioning, so instead he's going to run to the middle of the river as well. And him and Yapsor are just going to mess around here at the 5-minute mark.
Very, very interesting. I mean, it's been a very, like, mobile game. Heroes running around all around the map. Down bottom, ZingQ tried to get a little bit fresh with MATUMBAMAN as Puppey will fend him off of his carry, continue to beat away. This is the way you want to play the Ogre for sure. And now the turn. Faithbeyond, did you overextend a little bit? Able to get that Fire Blast off, a couple more punches. But there isn't a block off potential. Puppey instead, he might overextend a little bit. Faithbeyond goes in, finds the finish. It's actually XinQ that gets the kill, and now can Faithbeyond clean up MATUMBAMAN? Civ comes through, a couple more right clicks, but
Yaps wasn't even TPing down. Does cancel. Wants to stay in the mid lane.
dual laning mid range. Oh, wait
wow, he got him with the Avalanche. They didn't know Matu was still lurking in the trees.
Oh, what a sneaky play. That was sick.
They had a ward too, so they felt so safe, right?
Yeah.
You think like, oh, that guy's gone. He like TP tower or TP back to base or something, but instead he stays, lurks, gets the kill, and then Puppey comes through with the salve to keep him active in the lane and continue farming. Very big play there from Matu. Meanwhile, top has just been like, we're chilling, you know.
Exactly.
1v1, you know, I farm, you farm, no denies. We got a deal here. Both the supports are gone.
That should help.
Well, and normally you don't necessarily like feel great about the out getting a free time, but if you know you're keeping YapzOr out of the lane the whole time, like I don't know, and he's able to ensure that Nisha has a good game, I think you're pretty okay with this.
Bottom lane
goes for it. Fissure is out. MATUMBAMAN in some trouble. Nothing to say. Trying to make the play. It will be enough to take down that Tiny. And afterwards, Puppey decides to walk back in. Just gives his life away for nothing. All right, well, he'll take that one for sure.
And nothing to say really needed that because he had a rough mid experience.
Yeah.
I mean, his net worth very much recovered now, actually ahead of the Queen, surprisingly, but like he had to walk all the way back to the base. Thankfully, there was a little bit of a neutral stack there that helped him out too from the small camp that wasn't dealt with from Secret. So now with the Exorcism rotation back on track for him, Nisha still looking for a potential rotation play here. Is level 7 and holding the point. So thinking about going for a Sonic Wave kill here.
Throws out that dagger, level 3. So annoying to deal with. It's a good chunk of damage and burning through those raindrops. Very frustrating. But as you can see, top net worth's inhabited by the Alk as you would expect. And afterwards, the Death Prophet. And there is that little bit of a differentiation. This Faithbeyond's had a bit of a tougher time down here on the bottom side of the map. But this is an Earthshaker. You know, you're playing it a little bit more greedy of a 3 as far as the laning stage potential goes. And if you can make it last, it's pretty good as Zai has already finished off the Helm of the Dominator.
Are scanning.
Secret are feeling like they might be closing on an Alk problem here.
Oh, careful, careful. Nothing to say. Drop down low. Nisha, can you finish him off? But the silence comes out. The last second Sonic Wave. Does he have it available? No, just going to go and do it with the scream. Puppey comes in and also helps out with the punches. Faithbeyond now getting body blocked as MATUMBAMAN tries to just beat him down to
got
death.
Sonic Wave.
Do they have enough?
He's coming back
in, thinking for round 2. I mean, it's dangerous in the Faithbeyond. He has 6. So they're going to play it a little bit safer. At least for now, but now with the bottle up, this is pressure time.
Yeah, they can just like run in here and look for a Sonic Wave kill. XinQ coming in kind of dangerously in the trees.
Walks forward and just gets caught immediately in some trouble. XinQ throws out that silence, but the right click beatdown continues.
Oh, the toss! He threw Y onto him. He gave him the ammunition.
That was sick, and gets the vision for the tree toss afterwards. Now Zai comes in, absolute mayhem, but they're able to get the cogs off. Zai pulls back in Y, wants to find this finish, gets him with the clap too, the Helm of the Dominator. Creep getting involved in all the action now. Nisha shows up, just absolute mayhem towards this mid lane over the past couple of minutes, and it's all favoring Secret.
Oh, and the stack steal, right? The Alchemist was looking for these, needs to come in and grab these. I mean, Alk already is off to an incredible start for sure, just like complete free farming, but this is supposed to be like that next step where you really propel the hero forward. This is what can make like the Radiance build feel broken, because you just get it way too soon if you finish up all those jungle camps, but something like that could even change where you want to go with your items.
Get all of this emphasis on the tier 1 tower. 5 heroes from Secret, just trying to pressure this down one by one. It's like group up and go.
Yeah.
And this is what you have to do against the Elk. You have to constrict that farm and shut down the area where not just his stacks are, but eventually where he's going to feel comfortable farming.
Yeah, and this is like, if you choose to ignore the Alk, which they have quite literally not pressured him at all. They gave him a free 1v1 lane. You're then putting the burden on him to make the rotation into that mid lane when you do that. And if he doesn't show up, then the fight's going to be very, very easy.
They make it work. 10 minutes in, still less than 1,000. Well, now 1,000 gold separating these two teams.
That's not good, though. No, 1,000 gold lead with a free farming Alchemist?
Yeah.
That's not good. That's like a 3K deficit for a normal lineup.
Again, pressure is going to continue from Secret as they head up to the top side of the map. This tower already down to just about a quarter HP as MATUMBAMAN will pull the camp over. Zai, given the empower to the Tiny, rarely seemed much appreciated. And LGD, they did manage to take that bottom tier 1 tower.
Tower has fallen.
Where can they find a little bit of an opening for themselves? I mean, is there much of a really change to the game plan? Like, do you just need to keep fighting with Exorcism if you're LGD now?
They need 6 on clock, step 1. The Yules is done on DP, that's good, but the real big jump up is going to be the Blink Dagger on the Shaker. That has to come before the Radiance is going to be done, and that's going to try and stem this bleeding, right? You have to try and like sew up some of these wounds,
right,
and hold on to your tier 2s utilizing that Blink Dagger from the Earth Shaker. I don't know if it's going to be fast enough. I'm a little concerned.
Pretty close. And the other thing is because you've got this Alchemist, like there's very little farm elsewhere. You can see they're blocking these hard camps here and leaving one of the small creeps afterwards. Like everything they can do to try and shut down the farm that LGD wants to get on this map. Secret, they ate their Wheaties in the morning. They came here to play Dota.
Oh, they're not making any large commitments so far, so this is pretty good. Looks like Y and ZinQ may be thinking about a smoke play here, as they're going to group up the tower. They have a deeper ward, which is really nice. They're trying to prep for a potential play, where maybe they're going to, like, you know, come back into the lane, push, then we're going to smoke in and grab them with their ultis. So here they go. Supports moving together, looking for the hook shot into the sky kill. YapzOr prime target. Should be free. Nice one to go. Nice. That's what you need, right?
It looks pretty good for them. That's what they wanted to make happen. And in the meantime, too, you've got Faith Beyond getting some pretty free farm for himself. Got 2 waves in towards the mid. It did look like nothing, so he just stole 2 of those waves. I was like, come on, dude, try to get a Blink Dagger. What are you doing?
Take that.
Classic carry players.
I tell you, Puppy's going to lost face down bottom. And once again, going for this Veil first build, as we did the last time that I was watching this game on the Ogre. Previously, they had the Snapfire with the Ags, which was pretty nice. They just like shoot them into the middle of the fights, but they have a Tiny. So they can kind of still do that if they want. Not really necessary, but you know, playing Ogre, guys, you just run into the fight and you have 2 goals. Number 1, they stun you. That you already win and like winning because they didn't stun anyone important. It's just you. And if they don't kill you right away, then you get to stun one of them.
Perfect.
That's Ogre. The dream is that you live with like a little bit of HP because then you actually get items. But if you don't live, then chances are your team's still going to win the fight. It's fine.
Well, we now have a big smoke up play coming from LGD up on the top side of the map. They catch it.
Oh, he was mid-skewer.
No, that was well played. They get the silence out afterwards, and even popping the Exorcism for this one. Where do you go with this now for LGD?
This is so good for LGD, though. They caught them on a stall-out timing from Secret, right? Where it felt like they didn't really have a lot they could do other than that double support smoke. They do it, it works. And buying that much time and then another good smoke into their jungle and catching them not like fully grouped up as 5 means they get a few more kills, they stem it a little bit further, and the Blink Dagger's down on Shaker, right? Yeah. So now you're ready to just go forth and play some Dota, and Alchemist has the Radiant tier 2, I believe.
Well, you can see LGD, they bring Y and Faith Beyond down to try and maybe bait out this Alchemist, but instead, it's Secret that are making a counter move into the dire jungle. They weren't expecting it. They were not expecting this jump on Nothing to Say, and he is going to get caught out and punished hard. Good play by Secret.
Like, that was just free. That was just a Helm Creep doing shenanigans, right? Running through the lanes and everything. Oh, and then he grabs the Alpha Wolf instead to go rogue. Beautiful stuff there. Well, it's a little sad to abandon that Hellbear after like literally getting them a free kill on the enemy.
It's in a better place now, Trent. No, I think that again, it's like, you know, LGD was expecting that move down bottom, and Secret instead just makes sort of the preemptive move top, and they're going to get paid off handsomely with this Roche.
Helm is just such a creative item. That's why I've always loved it. You know, there's so many plays you can make.
Look out, the fallen rock!
Zai, definitely a creative player.
That's for sure. Creative in music taste as well.
Oh yeah, there you go.
He has the most refined cultural music taste I've ever seen.
I don't know if you're memeing or not.
Clearly, you're just not aware. Sorry, you've just been exposed very heavily live on stream. I'm sorry. Look at this heat map for Zai.
Oh my god.
Now that's graphics.
That is where he wants to be.
He hasn't even been bottom.
No, not one
time. It's like,
time.
nope. We're going top. I mean, this is what happens when you play Radiant, right? This is where your game tends to move to anyway. In the later game, the carry player, they're going to be bottom for a bit, then they come top.
Look at this, though.
Offlaners never.
Indeed, they throw out a fissure. Not sure if I guess they were trying to catch onto the creep here, but Zai throwing himself. MATUMBAMAN invis. Smoke. That Helm creep still sharking around this area. not all of LGD is here. If this turns into a fight, it's a 5v3 right now.
Ward.
Oh, yeah, Absor. Wait, but they found Amnesia caught right at the start. Stun comes out. Is it going to be enough? They try and bring him down, but he gets the Yules off. RP completely whipped, actually. The blink, they broke it. Oh, Ame dropped down that acid spray. That was sick from LGD, and they end up making it work. Puppy caught on the wrong side of the fissure. 3 down for 1. Why not?
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you position 5 Clockwork.
It's so
What 5 could have done that? He ruined any chance of a counter initiation. The only other thing is like global silence, and you know, of course, this makes it a skill shot. It's a little bit harder, but this one's only a 60-second cooldown, and it just gets better and better as the game goes forward.
Was it the acid spray or the rocket flare that broke the blink? Either way. Oh, if Ame dies right now, though, that's pretty bad. Oh, man, they catch him out. Ame maybe in some trouble. Oh, they can't blink, though. Chasing in, wanting to get the finish, but the bait and Fabian comes in to save the day and now punish MATUMBAMAN. It was looking so good until it wasn't. As Secret gets caught out there, that is just the Aegis, though. Wait, can Secret turn this fight back around? There's a chance. Hookshot in, trying to salvage this one. In the moment, stolen hookshot. Now, wait, they leave wide to the side.
Yeah, they want something bigger.
They get him. Good tree toss afterwards, but almost able to catch someone. Let's say, not quite. Ame's back into this one. Stunned now, onto 2. Tries to bring him down. Puppy also in trouble. Nisha falls. It went from good to bad to back again. And now in the end, LGD sitting on top with a 4K gold lead. A wild ride.
Okay, at least Yapster, I guess, does escape with the hook shot. That is something that looks all right for Team Secret. But yeah, this has really put the game back into the favor of LGD. A lot better about their situation after essentially just waiting the longest time for that one perfect fight. They get it. And yeah, this feels so bad, honestly, for Secret, right? Because you're like, oh, here's our comeback, right? Like, we lost that last fight, but we can get something huge back.
Back into it now. Able to get the Avatar, so they get a little bit of cleanup kill there onto Xingqiu. But yeah, showing the power of that armlet. Able to get that toggle off there before he went back down to the low ground. It's one of those items that has come back into favor quite heavily for Alk for good reason.
Middle tower
He's on the train, right? He's got his BKB now finished. We'll go right for the AC after. And that sort of speaks again to the idea of like the double style of damage that Secret have. A lot of heroes struggle versus that because it can be hard to itemize versus 2 different things, like needing Linken's and BKB, but Alk has no problem with those situations.
Hookshot stolen, turns now onto him. Yapsor might have gone a bit too deep. Icarus flying close to the sun and being punished. The Echo afterwards. Do they have follow-up? There's the lift up. Nisha just doesn't get to play Dota. Wait, the Cogs didn't connect? Not sure what ended up happening there, but Nisha gets away by the skin of his teeth. And in the meantime, MATUMBAMAN takes the tier 2 towers. So Secret, they force a skirmish, don't lose a lot, and end up getting a decent amount in return.
Yeah, Zai and Matsu playing a very interesting style together. And the way they've just been kind of like roaming around trying to get these picks, and obviously successfully at times. And Zai always bringing the helm, so they kind of have a third hero there in lost situations for some extra disable or just scouting ahead of them.
Look out for fallen rock!
Let's say they want a tower of their own in the bottom lane.
The game has been kind of going at what feels to be a blistering tempo so far. Not always what you would expect with the Alchemist.
This is so scary, though. TPing into these trees, like when they're attacking your tier 2, I can't believe Puppy even did that. That was very dangerous versus a Clockwork and an Earthshaker.
He's got the Bloodlust going now on the tower. It slowly is going to be whittled away. Granted, this does still allow for the trade-off now of outposts. And interestingly enough, LGD, in spite of the last couple fights, it's all been on their side of the maps. They haven't even gotten the tier 1 tower mid. This is the one benefit that we're still seeing from Secret here. And again, it is an Alk draft, so this 5K net worth lead not as detrimental as it would normally feel at this point in the game. 5K up with a sort of...
Oh, and look, the combo, they're there together again.
That's huge.
Matu and Zai.
Wow, what a pickoff. And now Ame ends up getting stunned there. A good fissure afterwards, though. MATUMBAMAN turned upon. Gets the Bloodlust. RP on the 2. It's looking pretty solid. Sonic Wave afterwards. Is it going to be enough? They bring him down. The Tiny starts to fall. A great counter initiation coming from Y. Ame down to such low HP. Turns now onto Zai. Able to bring him down, but dives to Nisha. The DD root is exactly what he needed. Triple kill from the boy. He did it to him.
Middle tower is under attack.
5 heroes down. Noble efforts there from the support to try and salvage that fight, but...
These heroes, so like if anybody gets isolated, they just die. And imagine there if Zai was able to sort of...
Everyone's just like dropping at the end of the fight,
exactly.
You know? This is the good Dota. Oh, nothing to say. Doesn't want to drop again here, though, after the silver edge hit from Matu, so we'll back up.
31 kills in 21 minutes. It has been a barn burner indeed. BKB is now done, so that pumps the brakes a little bit on the fun, I feel like, with these items a little bit. It starts to become a little bit less chaotic, but at the same time, Nisha can now play that much more freely. Although, to be fair, he's kind of been playing like a psycho the entire time anyways. Which is what you love to see. Oh, and Puppy, he gets the shard up in time. So we've got this fire shield now, which, again, for anybody that hasn't seen this yet, this item, at least in my opinion, has really been one of the things that's allowed Ogre to sort of rise again in a little bit of prominence, and why likely just going to go down with the Orchid reveal.
Those hits.
That was rough.
Dire's courier has been killed.
This lead that was built up by LGD, bitten into by Secret. So they pull this back again. Now just down to a 2K gold lead. Secret are looking good.
AC delivered to Ame, and currently considering a heart and maybe the overwhelming blink. So, you know, you talk about burst damage and everything. He's trying to get over that hump.
Right.
Just like all that burst is there. What is the actual sustained damage from Secret? And it is relatively low, I would say. It is mostly a burst heavy sort of lineup, right? You're going to have your overpower, but the most sustained damage is probably going to be Matu. Sorry, your empower. It'll be like Matu empowered and bloodlusted.
Hook on smoke, Puppy the one to break it. That's not a bad one to start. Fabian blinks away, but they catch the Absor. Able to isolate him. Hook shot afterwards, catches down one. There's no Skyride to this fight. MATUMBAMAN also contained in the cause. Nothing to say. Down low, not dead, but eventually will fall. So two are gone. MATUMBAMAN trying to clean up, but the big bad dog comes in from Fabian. What a play! The triple kill from Ame as they eviscerate him in ZQ, appreciating greatness.
He's just in the stands. He's the only one in the stands. He died, he ran out, he's way up. The start of the fight went poorly for him. Good thing he stuck around. That is for sure.
And like they're even pulling in the small camp of creeps that gets the extra damage out there also. Unbelievable. Back and forth we go this game. Just when you think that it's going to start to pull away for one of the teams, they swing it back around and something else happens.
You know, you think of like, it's like the world's worst boxers. You know, it's like really finesse, like dodge, dip, back and forth. This is just like giant haymaker, back and forth, like taking turns. It's like Rock'em Sock'em Robots or something here.
Go. Rocky Balboa, Apollo Creed. Back again. God, nobody.
I know.
A boomer.
Yeah, yes.
That's terrible. I'm sorry, Chad.
But I said Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Don't worry, I don't think they know what that is. They're like, you mean hungry hippo?
Yeah.
I know that's one.
Wow.
That's Ame. He's the hungry hippo, because every time I look at him, he's just going from camp to camp, munching them all up there, and approaching that heart.
That could be one of those things that are different. But to be honest, you still just have so much burst damage. Queen of Pain does feel like one of those weird heroes, though, where like for a while she just feels so incredibly strong, and then eventually it's like, oh well, what happens? Going for the Shiva's Guard, like it a lot. The regen reduction that you're going to get out of that, and a little bit extra burst. But I wonder if this heart is going to be too much for Secret to deal with.
Well, that's the issue, right? It's the reason why Queen of Pain feels like that sometimes is it comes down to your itemization, right? It's like, do you go an AC build or do you go more like a Shiva's build? And the Shiva's is the kind of stuff that might like slow you down a little bit. However, in this situation, it is an alchemist, so you're gonna get some benefits, right? With the idea of just like slowing down that regen. So it's a much better item in this case, even if you want the sustained damage, just because you're reducing that regen that the alch needs, especially when you're doubling up with it with the heart.
Not bad. Not bad at all. So where do we go from here now? After that last punch in the face, LGD, the one that is on top by about 5k gold. Roche, available if he wins a fight nearby the pit. But I don't think anybody feels comfortable just going in there.
Radiant's top tower
Little Kobold running around, scouting things out. This is the thing, right? You never know if there's like a mag and a smoke right behind that one.
Yep. Potentially with a horn toss pretty soon here. I was wondering when Zai was going to go for it, because it feels like it really fits the way he likes to play, you know? He's got the creativity. Horn toss is just another tool. Hit there. It's like he's baiting. He's like stutter stepping this Kobold.
Oh yeah, this is, they also caught an Ignite afterwards, trying to bait this Queen of Pain illusion, but I think LGD know what's going on right now. They're not going to fall for it. Secret, sit up on this high ground. And again, having this mid-tier 1 tower still alive at this 26-minute point in the game so valuable from Secret. It's like this sort of just this impenetrable wall.
All right, so Y is making a huge call here. He circled that ward because he thinks that this is my train of thought. I believe that Y believes that Secret have a ward, or sorry, that Secret know that LGD have a ward on that high ground because they knew that it was an illusion.
Okay.
That's their giant brain. So he wants to come and camp this because he thinks they're gonna come over and D-ward.
Okay, so
And he like circled it and was like, they're gonna come over here, guys.
that makes sense. And
But
that's the big question.
They didn't run over there.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, Dota so often is just those, like, small micro things that could happen. And
Yeah, but then you make that call and it
exactly,
works,
then you
and
win.
You're a genius.
Where are we at? This is going to be Shiva's guard done. Clockwork Flare is always so good. But it's just this sort of stare down across the river, looking for Roche. It does look like we're starting to get in towards some here as well in a little bit. A blast ring for Faith.
All right, so now you can mess around on the Roche pit, right? Because you have the heart. There's not a huge punish here, you know. He's gonna be like full HP. It's fine. Just sitting, not ulting, hanging out.
And it's going down pretty quickly. Secret. Hook shot in. They find MATUMBAMAN. Able to catch him in the calls. Have to be careful. Benicia jumps the back line. Able to find one with the invis. It's there. They get the isolation though. It's a trouble. Onto two. Trying to bring them down. Ame down to half HP, but he's walking away. MATUMBAMAN trying to go for that chase down. Faithion, the isolation and chase with the echo. They blow up Nisha. No buyback for him. Ame still lives through this, but eventually will be brought down. Has buyback, but you use it right now.
Can't do it. There's no death profit.
Oh, man. What a win for Secret there. I mean, they lose Nisha, but that was able to isolate the rest of LGD into death position.
Matu has no concerns about sustained damage. Like Bloodlust and Empower, he just stands, he's just swinging this tree, clumping them down. The two heroes were also clumped up there from LGD, so he's getting maximum value on every single swing. And I think this is a safe Roche attempt here. I don't know what the angle is to make this. I'm sure Wyatt's gonna try something.
Well, and you can see right here again, they're gonna go for that hook shot in. Actually, maybe gonna go for the fight, but the replay of the battle here, it was set up by Zai. You know, this mag that we've been seeing becomes so important in these ones as well. Jumping back in the base. They caught him, blows up, down and dead. Faithion ends up paying for it, but they kill him off.
All right, I'll take that 1-for-1. I was shocked it worked, to be honest, but I was hoping to maybe mess up with the roaching there.
They drop just an egg shard on the ground. Hopefully somebody comes and picks. Guys, hello? Somebody go get it. It's an important item there. It's one thing to leave it in the Roche pit. It's another just to leave it on your high ground in front of tier 1.
Actually already has his too. So yeah, and so does Puppy.
I guess Nisha? That's a pretty good one.
He's actually the only one. Zai bought his too.
Wow.
How often does that happen? Second Roach, there's like only one person who can even take it?
Not super often, said. So 30-minute mark now, and the game still very close. This 2K gold lead. I feel like MATUMBAMAN is starting to get into the very scary territory where he can actually go toe-to-toe with Yao. That's Nisha.
Radiant's middle tower.
Yeah,
is under
Nisha
attack.
still not gonna have a solution though if that happens again with Xingqiu, right? Just like blinking in there and like not having anything to deal with the invis.
Just big wrapper up. They're just trying to get the tier 1 here, maybe?
I'll follow the couriers. Follow the little breadcrumbs.
Oh, they're gonna be under vision though. They see all of this. Yeah, Secret sees everybody. Oh no. Oh, this could be bad for LGD. They gotta get out of there. Take down the vision to start. Now the Avalanche catches onto Xingqiu. Sure, trying to back away. A little bit awkward. Good stun afterwards with that shard, but the toss back onto the creep, in fact. And Ame's gonna stun himself. Oh my god, MATUMBAMAN, what a play there with the hook shot in, trying to keep Ame alive and from dropping too low. MATUMBAMAN in trouble, but the calls push back, almost gets him to the low ground, but he's able to get away. Sonic Wave on the other side. Nisha now isolated, silence, no answer, dead. They take down another. But where else
Ame,
did they
he's
find
blinking.
action?
Oh, he couldn't get him.
Oh, he got vision off. There's the stun, and now the sentry ward dropped down. They chase him. Wait, no, he's invis still. And the link he ends up catching.
He gets it.
MATUMBAMAN comes in there and finds another kill. Wait, they can't get him. He's on the wrong side of the fissure. Throws out the stun.
What is happening?
MATUMBAMAN living. How can they get him alive? Oh my god, they bring him down once. Where's the rest of the team? They
Zine's
have
coming.
to walk back out with the clockwork. He's not with the rest of the team yet. Ame trying to live, gets the ulti off, down to low HP. MATUMBAMAN needs a couple
Look
more
at
swipes to
Beyond.
do it, but the turn of the BKB, they don't have the control side, pulls him to the other side. Beyond trying to salvage this. Everybody is alive on so closely, but they jump in and the echo afterwards. Yeah, you gotta be kidding me. Yapzor trying to salvage this side now, pulls him away, but there's no more damage left from LGD. Secret, can they find any cleanup kills? Yo, what is happening?
These fights are unbelievable.
Unfreaking believable. Wise gonna get caught right there. Another skewer, another pullback, nothing to say. Trying to walk out of there. Secret somehow, some way. We know the fear. Oh my god. Dude, the death prophet. Unbelievable. Spirit siphon ends up getting it with the shard, and now they walk back in inside, able to live again. Dude, how long has this fight been happening? Zai ends up dying to Q. What in the world did we just watch?
I don't know who won this fight, guys. I'm gonna be real. All right, I'm just gonna level with you.
I don't even know any. I mean, Secret in the end, 3K gold up. They end up. I feel like this is still a win for them. It's gotta be. What an unbelievable series of events. And in the end, you know, we've still got a while now until Roche is going to respawn.
Yeah, that's really what just happened, is that Roche is now gone, and they didn't lose any objectives. So, like, oh, what is the replay?
The game's going to be over by the time the replay's done.
So this was a key moment, because this is when, like, Matu's, like, almost certainly going to go down, right? And it's like, what's happening after the Aegis? He gets a nice pick onto Q.
Oh, yeah.
This gets all weird. I don't even know who was forced that. I think this is Puppy's force staff, and then Zai comes over. Like, if you look to the left on the minimap, like, Zai was coming through, and that was the big click. He was waiting for the respawn, and then Faith Beyond hides right down under those trees just to the south of where Ame is right now. He waited so long for that Echo Slam.
And during this entire series event, the entire replay, look on the mini-map, the clockwork is running this entire time. He's been running the whole moment and finally gets back in at the last second to try and turn this fight back around.
Actually steals the Echo so late, too.
Unbelievable. Dude, Yapzor, what a god. How often is stolen Echo the play, you know?
Yeah.
How many instances is that actually good? Because you don't get the aftershock, like...
Still felt good there, that's for sure.
It's what they needed. What a player, what a game, what a series. This is the type of Dota that we've been waiting 2 years for.
Yeah, that is for sure. And, well, Ame just keeps, you know, every fight he comes with something new to show off. And this time it's the overwhelming blink, so it gets completed there. That is 4,280 HP, even with the armlet off.
I literally have no idea who's going to end up coming out on top in this next one. It feels like it's entirely upon... So there's...
I feel like it's
oh, wait a minute. Wait, he missed it. The horn toss didn't connect. Oh, careful. Oh, Zai, you make one bad play, but Yapzor able to pull him away, and Puppy going to be the lone one left behind to die.
I don't think they can kill Ame with that last.
Wait a minute, though. Man, any way to get him out of there? No. Hey,
The block.
That was close.
He even had to spend his axe for that, too.
Just like that. We're again back in sort of holding formation while we wait for Roche, but I mean, where are the wards even at right now? Secret have a good one that's over in the dire side, and able to drop down another. There's the horn toss play that they needed. Able to catch. Faith Beyond looking for the jump. Stolen Fissure. Sonic Wave afterwards. Zai lives. Nothing to say, dies.
That was a great jump because they saw Ame on this really deep ward that they have in the top jungle. So they knew that he was up there and wasn't going to be available for a potential fight.
Again, the slaughter continues in this one. Dropping down that ward right before the fight ended up happening too, which allows Yapzor to now come into this next one with the Fissure. Place one on the side of LGD up on this high ground to get ready for that next Roche fight, which we know is going to be coming in a little while here. Most likely the next objective. It still is crazy that Secret's been able to hold this tier 1 tower.
Energies.
I think Nisha's game is kind of hard at this point too.
Okay.
Think about building into a Kaya and Sanj, and it's just like, how much does that change in these fights, you know? Like you're thinking about like the scythes and stuff, but it doesn't feel like that's going to be enough. Just trying to live and keep a consistent damage output happening, because a bit difficult for them right now. They want though. Again,
Trying
the
to
big
bait.
hero. They want the heroes in behind.
Looking for him. MATUMBAMAN gets Faithbeyond. No counter initiation play to come. But will they be able to do anything here? Oh, the refresh. Why? Pushes him back yet again. Horn toss. But there's the Ghost Scepter keeping him alive a little bit longer on that Sky, but not long enough. MATUMBAMAN going toe-to-toe with Ame. Has to back out of there. Has the stun in just a moment. Throws it out. Able to connect onto Nisha. But they're down one person right now on LGD. Oh, but the throw in!
Forward.
Dude! YapzOr's so good at Dota.
Matu knows he's a great idea on these fights. Just like kill everyone else.
Yes.
Right? Leave Ame alone. Kill all the other heroes, and then hopefully we'll be 5v1. That is the ideal situation because everything is on Ame right now.
And again, this goes back to what you were talking about in the draft. This idea that they have of just, you know, they took this Earthshaker and Secret are like, we're going to pick this Rubik. And it feels like since YapzOr's gotten his items, the last couple of minutes and all of the mobility, he's been the one that's turning around these fights and making the plays for Secret. Constantly able to find the initiation, jump in. Ame wants to beat away, but the fissure's there. X marks the spot where MATUMBAMAN's stunned. But meanwhile, they pull him back in on the other side of the fissures. Every single thing dropped on Ame's head, and they take him down.
Dyer's
I think he started somewhere near the tier 3 there. You know, there's a lot of mobility happening right now to this poor Alchemist.
Tiny's still just so good. And this Ogre Shard, everything working in favor for him. They get the lift up afterwards. MATUMBAMAN says, you want to fight? Get on in this one. They take down that Clockwork. Able to control the MATUMBAMAN though. Oh, but again, the force staff, the double force staff. And then they got the lift afterwards in case they need it. Nothing to say. The chase down Sai. Way up in there. Silence jumps out again and able to TP out.
No, the
Faithbeyond says no. You can't do that one. Skewer to the low ground. What kind of initiation is that? The ultimate bait to pull him out of the base. Nothing to say. Wants to chase some more. They don't even have Nisha with them right now. Oh, did nothing to say. Overextend. Matu right on top of him. Now the turn. 8 toes. Good chunk of damage. The follow-up. It's there. They blow him up. Just when you think they're out, they pull him back in. They take down Matu, dead for 90 seconds.
Wow. That was 2,400 damage just from Scott there right now.
Well, just like that, they pull it back together and getting the next tier of neutral items online. You were talking about the site that Nisha could have gone for, decides to pick that one up instead of finishing the Kayasha.
I like that a lot. I think it's just like, what is Akaya gonna do? You know, I think he was probably just considering like if he had Divide and still hold buyback that he didn't want to lose much gold. So now you have something big here, and this is actually like an answer. Like there's no Aeon discs or anything. You can just like go for Xingqiu or something.
Right, but we do see this, the aesthetics cap for both teams on Nisha as well as for Xingqiu. So again,
don't need an Aeon disc.
Yeah, well, it can still help. If we're gonna be honest. But yeah. What could be the last fight here? I mean, maybe not, to be honest. The way these games have been going, it's just so psychotic. But we're what now? Almost 60 kills within 41 minutes?
Some good Dota.
Or an opening now. Secret. MATUMBAMAN. Shard done. He hits rather quickly. Take people down in an go in though.
Look at Wise positioning with that sentry there. Oh, now, of course, as a clock where you do give yourself away here, Matu knows he's there.
The initiation again from Rubik. Dude, the shard, it was meant to be good, but now they don't have it for the save. Why? Jumps out the other side. There's the catch, though, from Zion to both the cores. Can they bring him down? They need to find this kill onto Ame. Looking for Nisha in the meantime. Takes down the Clockwork. Look at the silence on the Faithbeyond. He can't do anything. Has to pop the BKB. Tries to run away, but this is not good enough from LGD. Faithbeyond barely able to get the escape, but this at the very least, Roach and maybe more. Good Yule Scepter. Nothing to say. Probably salvaged the game right there. But nonetheless, this is still a huge loss for LGD, and what a great initiation from Secret.
Man, they are really pulling out all the tricks. Between their heroes, right, they have so many different ways they can use their mobility to get in these fights and just create an advantageous situation. It feels like LGD have to start every fight with some sort of a counter initiation play that just feels like you're trying to hold, you know? They're not getting any sort of like, oh, let's just say a good turning moment right now. Part of that is just Matu's damage. I mean,
are they just looking to try and finish this one off? I mean, you're so
there's no Alchemist, dude. They, you know.
Oh my God, and that's so much of their damage. Granted, I mean, they need a huge hold here from the rest of the heroes. able to not give up that fissure.
Their only hope is Matu, no BKB, and Skywrath Mage, right? It's the only way they can kill him, but the BKB's back now.
It's just so much damage. It's so difficult. They need a full chain stun from him. There is still a tier 2 tower in this bottom lane. And it looks like that's going to be enough to stop the mega creeps. Now Secret, back away, go to try and clean up Roche. And that last fight has completely opened things up for Secret here. Like you're talking about, so much mobility. I think this is the best Ags Shard Rubik game I've ever seen.
Yeah, you don't see you use that offensively very often. And he's had some very good saves as well with it so far. Kind of curious who gets his Aghanim's. Oh, we're giving it to Ty. Oh, no, we're not. You mean pain them?
Oh, give it to Yapzor. There it is.
The crowd likes that. They love Ags on Rubik.
One last series of wild rides coming out here. And oh, we've got a refresher on Zai. All the stops are coming out. LGD are going to have to play their hearts out here if they want to hold from a 27,000 gold deficit. Nothing to say. Doing some dance moves to get ready for an exorcism. But this is where they want to stake their claim. This is where they want to hold the high ground.
Octarine, Ags, Rubik. That's insane. Ags is on Rubik's one of the best feeling ones for support players, right? Like 1.5 seconds on the spell steal with the Octarine is unbelievable. He just gets every spell that he wants.
Drops it down, trying to force that BKB with a save again.
It's so good versus Sky, and the specific only way we kill them, right? Like,
yeah.
How do you actually stop him from being saved like that? There's no way to do it.
No. I mean, it's just going to be there no matter what. 97% win probability.
That's generous.
LGD, I mean, it's going to take everything.
Wow, they really believe in LGD.
Apparently.
That's what I say.
But a biased coordinator. 26K. There's the control fissure.
What's going on with Matu's knife? Oh, I see. You got the switchblade coming in.
Who needs
Dire's
boots?
bottom tower has
Unnecessary.
Literally cosplaying a rock.
I like how he just doesn't use the moon chariot. He's like, no, that is so not worth it. I concur.
Control again. Where's the save? Okay, force staff afterwards. Oh, and there's the toss in. ZQ down low, taking a lot of damage. MATUMBAMAN almost able to kill him, but not quite. ZQ lives. The dunk comes out from Faith Beyond, but it's not enough. They don't have the control that they need. Can they kill him off? MATUMBAMAN gonna go down once. Can they do it again? Sai with a big pullback. It's so much damage out there, but the Aeon Disc, he assembles it. Oh, really well played by Nothing to Say. That keeps him alive, so that's Aegis down.
They did miss the hook shot, though, for a potential chance there. Maybe get a good fight started, but Zinky wasn't really close enough either, went all the way back to the fountain, so...
Right. I mean, that's as good of a first hold as you're going to get.
So there was... Cheese was spent.
They still have one more on Nisha.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think that was the only one, actually. No. It's the second Roche no more. But yeah, it's Aegis down. Still that Aghanim's for the Rubik. What's the plan for Secret? I guess that with this DD, do they just go?
They eventually just walk forward and win, I think, at this point. Even without the Aegis, like they must feel like they're so strong at the moment. Everyone has buybacks but Matu as well, so we might see some returns to the fight
Radiant
here.
Are scanning.
Things go a little bit poorly on the high ground.
Always a little bit scary. Go high ground. I've seen more than a few games that are less than 1% chance and been able to pull it back because of some poor high ground decision making. But obviously, not positioning for themselves. Try and take this as slow as possible as long as it's in a safe way.
Double damage.
DD out, ready to go. MATUMBAMAN, do you dare? Got all the save in the world right in front of him. Jumps forward.
Just goes. Wants to switch Blink on this tower. They do dispel it. That's pretty nice.
That's good. Control out there, down to about half HP, finding one. That's a good one to get. Y goes down, no buyback. 60 seconds.
That's pretty clever. He like made a lot of chaos right next to the Rubik, which was delaying the save, right? You saw Matu was actually taking quite a bit of damage for a little bit there.
Staff everything else. Another round, fissure. Oh, wait. Dude, the blinking the pullback. So much. Oh, nicely played. Nothing to say. Aeon Disc though. The Hortons afterwards doing everything they can to try and keep this DP alive. Nisha whacks away afterwards. Troll out from Faith Beyond. Q back in it. Now with an exorcism down. Constant go in that we're seeing from Secret.
Look out for falling.
A little bit relentless here, though.
Oh, yeah.
They're not going back. I mean, they don't have to worry about any of their waves, obviously. Looking for another opportunity to jump in. Slowly, I say slowly, just going to racks. You know,
Lift up, pull away.
it takes a lot of blinkins, but once he starts swinging, there's not much stopping him. Almost 3-shotted.
That was an Aghanim spot for the Alchemist, too. So I'm not sure who he gives that one to.
I feel like maybe Shaker. Oh, no, Sky. Zinq for sure. You try and abuse the fact there's no BKB, right? You try and burn the BKB and go for the double.
Yeah, if they can get that, that's a ton of damage. Like if 2 heroes get caught and you're able to get that Mystic Flare down.
It would not be wise to go high ground without Matu's BKB. That is how you wind up with a massive comeback, right? So, Secret discussing that. They will finally just say, you know, they hung around just in case LGD actually left the base. Oh no, Matu. It's
He has
back,
his BKB
right?
back.
We're good.
We're gonna go back in for another round of this one. Try and take down. Not going for the range tracks. Slowly and steadily gonna whittle down the melee instead.
Mix them up. We'll never see this one coming.
What's the range on that telekinesis? It just looks insane how far away he can cast it from.
It's massive. Yeah. Some
Like,
big stuff.
God, they have to find Yapsor, but he's just staying constantly smoked up behind.
Smoked up. Ame. Why as well? They're looking for good angles here.
This is what they need. This is their moment. The pull back in, nothing to say. Down low HP, Aeon disc out, but the catch now onto the Rubik, trying to bring him down. Yapsor dead, buys back immediately. Why? Push back onto Uppy. Is it going to be good enough? They pull him back in. Zai tries to get the RP off. It is going to connect onto one. Nothing to say. Still living through this, but with the 2 supports dead, and now the silence onto Faithion. It's so hard for all of LGD to fight. The stun is going to come out eventually from Ame, but they just don't have what it takes. A buyback from Faithion, nothing to say, down very low. He too will eventually die. A big echo out, but isn't enough. Nisha trying to bring him down. He gets the blink out though. The silence off to the side. Nisha running away. GG is going to be called, and Secret going to take game number 1. This one was beautiful. That was a classic.
Yeah, there were certainly some unbelievable fights that shall be remembered, but it felt like a lot of this game was just like LGD